Hey ladies, welcome back to Fruitfully Feminine. I'm Gabrielle and today we're going to be covering how to make Lego Man cookies / biscuits tutorial, how to cook that by Ann Reardon. I think I got that right. I did. I totally got it right. So this recipe is a lot. I was really excited to make it because I babysit 5 boys and a little girl on Friday nights that love Legos, they love desserts, and they love Ninjago. 2 of the times that I babysat them, we've watched the Ninjago movie, and I'm always so shocked by the Lego movies. They're so funny. The video on her channel is a 2-minute video. She just shows you how to ice one singular cookie. But what goes into that is I have to make the gingerbread dough. I have to shape them in the right way, bake them so that they come out like that, make the icing, and decorate them like her. She only shows you how to do like 1 or 2, but I'm gonna do all of the ones she shows. And on top of that, on her website, there are 2 different gingerbread house recipes, or gingerbread cookie recipes. So the one she links is the one I'll be using, but in her link, she says if you don't have a stand mixer, use this one, a different one. And I kind of have a stand mixer. It's a long story. Anyway, I'm gonna be using the one she links because the stand mixer one is so different. And it's for a gingerbread house, and if this is the one she used for the cookies, I just want to be as close as possible, so that's what I'm gonna do. The only molds I could find on the entire internet are these. They are humongous. They're as big as my hand. To finish my story, I was gonna make the cookies for the kids, but because of all this craziness and one of the kids being immunocompromised, she won't even let me bring the cookies over just for safety reasons, and so I'm kind of just making them for me, so it kind of sucked the joy out of making it, but I'm still excited to make them. It's just on the blog she says that they're super time consuming and it was only worth it for how excited her kids were. So now I just have myself to be excited for them. So let's get pumped to make Ninjago cookies for just me, who's never played with Ninjago Legos. But I've seen the movie. This was very early on in her career and the recipe, it's not perfect. Doesn't tell you what to bake it at. Maybe I'm missing it. I'll keep looking, but I don't think it tells you. These were $9. Yeah, these were like $9.04, and shipping was free. So the tool cost, I guess, would just be I don't know if you don't have a stand mixer, it's a bowl and a beater. So I'm not gonna add that cost in, but the tools are gonna be $9, and the ingredients, at least for the gingerbread part, just the gingerbread dough part, is about, I'd say, I don't know, the only thing I had to buy was powdered sugar for the icing and sour cream for the dough. I'd say around $20. By the way, kofa is in her recipe. It's vegetable oil or shortening, sorry, not oil, vegetable shortening, lard, whatever. It's called kofa. That's like a brand name over in Australia. I just Googled that. But yeah, it's basically, it's like flour, sugar, butter, eggs. It's stuff you have. I didn't have sour cream, but I had everything else. So I spent like $2 on the cookies, but I don't know if you don't have cinnamon, ginger, stuff like that. Kofa. Who has kofa? Hi, I know I'm in a different outfit. That will be explained in a second. I was gonna finish the cost because I didn't finish the cost. So $20 for ingredients, but you need dyes. And as far as that goes, I only was missing 2 of them, and they're $1.75 each. So how many you actually need for the video? You need 6 to do all, well, if you're only doing the one Ninjago Man she does for the video. So I guess, yeah, I'll base it off that. If you're only doing that one, then you just need 3 of these. So yeah, $6 plus the 20 for the ingredients. You need eggs, powdered sugar, and vanilla. Vanilla's pretty expensive, and cream of tartar. Cream of tartar? How do you say that? I don't know how to say that. Tell me how to say that. All that would be like 26 plus, I would say around $40. So around $40 to make a bunch of cookies for a party and decorate them all. Probably $45 if you use all of the dyes, like all the colors. I just owned a bunch except for I didn't have black or red. So I went out and bought black and red for the video. And I think that's it. The first step is to put all the ingredients in a bowl minus the extra flour. So that's super easy. I'm just gonna put everything in a bowl. You know what, since the lighting isn't great in my kitchen, it's really nice out there, I'm actually gonna cook at my dining room table instead of in my kitchen. Mixing it up, getting crazy. Welcome to the living room. Let's put stuff in this bowl. I've encountered our first problem. The recipe says 3.5 cups of flour. It doesn't say anything else, any other amount of flour anywhere. Then it says put all the gingerbread ingredients in a bowl minus the extra flour. How much is extra? It says knead in another 2.5 cups of flour to make a soft dough. So then if 2.5 cups is what we put in, then just 1 cup of flour? I'll do that. I'm like down or whatever. Okay, I only put a cup of flour in, so if that's wrong, sorry, a tripod is coming in the mail and then I can do like downward shots, but for right now I can't rest my phone like that or else it just falls. I should probably be measuring more precisely just since I am covering this and not just cook how I do on my own time. So it's a 1/3 cup of butter, which I've got a 1/4 there and a 1/3. Time to add your kofa. I've got all vegetable shortening. It said a 1/3 cup and I hate touching this stuff, so I'm just gonna do that. It's basically, I really hate shortening. I don't know why. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, I can't. I don't want to touch it. A whopping tablespoon of cinnamon. Add ginger. Add in the baking powder. That one was a lot more precise. And vanilla, I am almost out of, but vanilla's like $10, so we're gonna use what we have. Let's see if I can get it to a tablespoon. No. We do have neighbors. I'll be back. Got some. And then we're just gonna do a cup of sour cream. Now we just have 2 eggs. All right, we're gonna go back to the kitchen and stand mix this. You are back inside my cabinet and we're gonna stand mix it. You won't be able to see it because, again, no tripod, but it is coming in the mail, so let's see what this does. Right away, I knew I should have worn an apron. I'm gonna try it. You're not supposed to do that. It's really sour cream forward. And I think that's ginger or cinnamon. That's gotta be ginger. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Gingerbread dough? Not good. You don't actually mix the flour in. You knead it in. So I'm gonna wash my hands and then knead that dough. And then we refrigerate it in plastic for 2 hours. So it'll probably be dark when I come back. So I just added 1.5 more cups of flour. And I'm gonna start with this. No, I'll knead it. It's not dough. I'm gonna do a spoon at first, just at first. And then when it's kind of more doughy, I think I'll put it there and add the rest. It's hard to stir now, so I'm gonna add in the rest and then knead it over here. Still should have put an apron on. I don't know why I keep saying that and then not doing it. It's just sticking to my hands. I could have coated them in flour or oil or something, but she didn't say to do that, so yeah, come on. Come on, girl. Just as I suspected. Wasn't quite enough. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, look at that. I don't even need more. Maybe I do. Yikes. It's alright. Why am I speaking in an accent? They're Australian. It's alright. Alright there. It's just falling out everywhere. That's no matter. I don't know what accent I'm doing anymore. I'm gonna put the dough ball in the fridge. I think I deserve a pickle break. I'm just kidding. So 2 hours, I'll be having dinner with a friend in 2 hours, so it'll be more than that. But it does say at least 2 hours, so I've got time. Yeah, thanks for coming. No, why am I doing that? It's not the end. Okay. Wardrobe change. Okay, I just finished my picnic with a friend. Couldn't wear the dress that I was wearing on the grass. So what we're gonna do is take Bakewell paper, which in English, I don't know what I'm saying. It means parchment paper. And you're gonna take your dough out the fridge, 2 hours, and it's just, you're going to roll it out and then cut these guys out and then bake them. She does bake them on parchment paper. I can see that from the pictures. Definitely does not say how long to bake them. So we're gonna be taking a best guess. I'm gonna preheat it for 350. You can't go wrong with 350. It's the pinnacle of all oven settings. So I'm gonna take another piece of parchment and put that one on the oven tray. And I don't know how many of those I'm gonna be able to fit at once, but I think I'm gonna end up having to bake these in shifts. Get your handy dandy rolling pin and it's time to start. This part I really wish I could show you. It's just not gonna be good, me just rolling this out and you listening to it, so I don't know what to do. I can't really film it. And because it's so big and I just don't have counter space, I'm actually gonna cut it in half. I could probably film that. Oh my word. Great. You go away, dude. You can come back later. You just go in here. Let's roll this out. This is a disaster. This is not dough. You can't just roll it out. I don't know what she did differently. I don't know what's wrong with our American ingredients or if the measurements are off. This is cookie dough, so it's just sticking. I've coated this and the dough completely in flour. I mean, it's just white, and every time I roll over it, it just comes up on here and smears all over it. I'm giving up. I'm just gonna cut out these stinking cookies and hope for the best. I'm using my hand now instead of the rolling pin because it's not been worth it to use the rolling pin. I don't know how to film and do this. I need to get myself a cameraman. Camera woman. This is what it looks like. Oh my word. I'm just gonna do it. I had to do it to him. What? He doesn't have leg? Oh my word. I'm gonna have to shape these guys after I already cut them. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have to laugh with me, not at me, because my kitchen is a disaster. I look like this. My floor looks like that. And I'm an idiot. So this was the one I was using, thinking that's crazy. Why didn't it have pants? It came with one that had pants. But here's the thing about me doing these covers is you're supposed to see how a beginner, someone that has almost negative knowledge of how things work, would do this. And I'd like to present to you, yikes. All right, so if you can tell that my first round wasn't good. What happened was I didn't use the right one, so I had to cut their legs. And then I didn't put flour down on the sheet before. See, the second round I've done that, and I've consistently gotten better looking men. Okay. So I'm gonna continue to use flour down and the rolling pin. It does work if you put flour down. Not great still. I've added so much flour to these guys just to get them in a stable shape. I'm gonna bake these for 10 minutes, hope for the best. She doesn't give time, so I'm gonna keep baking, and this is kind of my starter run, but I'm still going to use them instead of just remolding them back into there, because that's what this channel's all about. If they all looked good, then it wouldn't have been genuine. And I'm still gonna have some good ones because I've got lots of dough left to roll, and I've now learned to put flour down. She didn't say it, but there you go, guys. That's my one tip for now. Put flour down. Hello, welcome back to this Recipe's a Nightmare. I finally donned an apron. Just got these guys out of the oven, my fat little boys. As you can see, they're not Ninjago shaped. This was a first run though, and out, they're very hot. Look at how good these are coming out. I've just got stacks on stacks of gingerbreads mans. So, hopefully, I'm gonna try to create Sensei Wu, Master Wu. I'm gonna try to create Jackie Chan's character from the Ninjago movies hat, and maybe like a stormtrooper helmet, because that's what's in her video. So we'll see how those go. I'll show you those if I can make them, and that is all. Dang, I am impressed with myself. Okay, so I've got my normal guys, not great still. Then we've got him. So one of them has a helmet, so I cut off his little thing. And then this is Sensei. So that's awesome, right? Yeah, I think so. And then this guy, I cut out a head from the model, and then I made a mask for both the ninja guys. So one in her video has like a square where you can see most of his face, and one has just eyes. And they both kind of have this like pointed, I don't know, this like sloped, I don't know, I'm so bad at art, but that's good for me. That's, yeah, look at how, yeah, I'm cool, whatever, it's fine. I got those little guys looking so good, dude. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, I just finished making all the cookies. They're all cut out, and the second batch is in the oven. And I realized that the smart thing to do would probably be make doubles of all the characters that are, like, make 2 of Sensei Wu and 2 of the ninjas and 2 of the stormtroopers, so that if I mess up one, I have a mold for another one. But then I was like, that would be the smart thing. And that's not what we do around here. Hi, I'm Gabrielle. No, I really thought that she probably doesn't do that, so I can't do it, because she's great and she does everything right on the first try. And then I thought, well, she probably still does it just to be safe, but it doesn't matter if she does or doesn't, because we're not going to. We're gonna do it right the first time, and I'm gonna show you how it actually went down. Now, while those are cooking and I'm waiting, I'm gonna do the massive pile of dishes from dinner and cookies. Oh, please work. Look at how perfect they came out. I'm so excited. Oh, they're still a little hot. We're gonna wait for them. Okay, and then we'll put those guys in and be done, okay? Okay. All right, I'm going to make the last little, I don't know what Star Wars guy has goggles on his head. I'm just gonna turn this one into that. I've got 2 more guys that didn't fit on the little baking sheet, so I'm gonna turn them into the stormtrooper and the goggle guy, the aviator looking guy, and finish baking the round that's in there. It's got a few minutes left, and then bake those guys for 15 minutes and finish dishes and cleaning. It's like 10. It's 10. I don't know how this took so long. I'm really glad I committed to bake them one night and then ice them the next, because she says it takes like a whole afternoon, and I just don't have time on the weekend, so I had to do it after work, and I get off at 5. So I was able to start at like 6 today, but yeah, waiting the 2 hours and then just the process of this has not been the most fun, and I a little bit feel like it's not worth it unless I invite friends over for them. This one, because he's not worth icing. The rest of them are about as bad in the first batch, but this one's the worst. They smell good. Let's see, breakability, pretty good. It's a good cookie. Tastes like the person who made them added a lot of flour. They're okay. They don't taste like a gingerbread. I think it's because here in America, we use molasses. And that's also why they're not dark brown, like a normal gingerbread. So I think it's fine. It's more shortbread tasting, just like a slight cinnamon flavor. I'm gonna go make Stormtrooper. I'll see you guys soon. I finished my Stormtrooper one. Hey there, you can't tell. It'll be great later. And this one, I don't know if you can tell, I tried to make 2 depressions for like the aviator goggles. It'll look really good when it's all over. If you can't tell, it is a new day. I filmed all of that on Monday and now it's Thursday. I plan to finish it Tuesday, and then it's not an essential item to buy dyes, so Joanne wouldn't sell them to me and they were out at Walmart, so I had to wait till Wednesday, and then at Walmart on Wednesday I got some and I was supposed to film last night, Wednesday night, and I was helping a friend instead, so here we are Thursday night. Finally finishing. My tripod actually came in yesterday, so I have you on a tripod, but it's too high up and I can't adjust it a lot, so I'm on my tiptoes. This is my real height, I'm just kidding. As far as that goes, I can actually film now making the food. I'm so excited. I'm so afraid the camera's gonna drop. My phone is what I mean. My phone is gonna drop in the food that I'm making. I'm gonna make the icing. That's the first step, is to put icing in a bag. And we've got to make the icing. I'm pretty nervous. I'm gonna separate them into 8 different bowls because you need different colored icing. So let's do it. Sorry for my wrinkly dress. It's been a week. So we're gonna do egg whites. If you're careful and good at things, you'd probably just do this in a separate bowl, but I'm not. It says 3.5 cups plus 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. What recipe is that precise? That's basically 3.5 cups. Her recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar. I think that's what makes it royal icing, besides the eggs, is the stiffness from the tartar sauce. Is what gets it to harden, and then you can flood fill it. Why don't you just leave me in the middle? She says you can use vanilla essence, which don't have that, so I'm pretty sure that's vanilla. She says or mint, so that's just a flavor thing. I of course would prefer mint, but I know we gotta stick to recipe. She uses vanilla. I've got to beat it for 7 minutes. That's gonna be quite the chore, so let's go. Okay, it's been exactly 1, and like, is that not icing? I'm afraid to go longer. Won't it mess things up? That's like perfect. I guess I will just in case, but okay. Okay, it's been 2 minutes, but there's just no way. I just think if I go longer, I mean, that's icing. I don't know what to do. It's also definitely not enough, and I only have enough to make 1 other batch, so yikes. I'm gonna put this in as many different bowls as I can and then dye them. We only really need a lot of 5 of them, so I could split this into 3 batches, split another one into 3 batches, and then use the third of the so this is 3 and the other one's 3, and then use the last 3 to split into 3 for the tan, yellow, and never mind. I'm being confusing, but I know what I'm saying. We technically do need 8 icings, so I'm just going to split them into 4. I think that will work perfectly. This is like Mod Podge. You guys know what that is? Honestly, I don't even know what that is. I'm not a crafter, but I get it, you know? Now we've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4. This is gonna be a color that is like black. We just need a little bit of, so I'll probably do that one black. And I'm gonna go make another batch. Okay, eggies, got 3 of you. As long as I don't ruin them, we'll be fine. I definitely shouldn't do this over the bowl, but like I always say, yep. Time to dye them. I think I'm going to start with the blue just because that's the one I want to work with first. And this is my most filled one. And you want to start with just a little bit because it does, when you start stirring it, you'll see that you actually had a lot more dye than you meant to. So just be careful about that. We're gonna need more, but you want to stir it at least so you can see how vibrant it is. That's perfect, I think. I mean, okay, it's not. I don't want to do this anymore. I've got a lot more to go. The sun is setting, and I still have to ice all these boys. She was right about this taking a really long time. I don't know what the time is yet, but it's been a day, and this is day 2. It's blood red, just how I like it. I think it can be a little more vibrant just since it is the red Legos. Color. Dang it, happens every time. I add more and then just wish I would have added more, but then I give up because I've added so much already. I just popped a hole in this, and I'm talking so fast I can't even keep up with my thoughts. I don't know what I was just saying. Oh yeah, adding dye. Yeah, oh well, it's just gonna be a little lighter, but I'm sick of mixing dye, and we're on number 2. We actually need white, so I'm gonna use that as the white. And then go to, this one's the next most full, so I'm gonna do yellow for that. It's a little darker than I wanted. I could add some of the white because I don't need that much. Yeah, let's add some white. Okay, now this should be perfect. 4 out of 8, so we're doing great. I guess the next most prevalent color is black. There's just not a lot of black, so we're gonna be just fine. I'm gonna leave it there. I'll do this one for tan, which when I keep saying tan, I mean skin color. Now that's caramel, so we're gonna have to add more to white to make it lighter. I'm glad I used a lot of white. I hope it doesn't do what it did with the yellow and just was a waste of white. It was. 6 out of 8. These last 2 are going to be our tan and gray. So actually for the gray, I'm just gonna straight up use this fork that I mixed the black in and see if that gives me a light gray. It did wonderfully. Look at that. That was amazing. What's a good idea? Didn't even use a drop of black, really. Last one is brown. This one, I don't want to put too much in, but this one, I mean, brown has to be almost black, which there's no way you could really make this too dark. Black and brown will be easy because you just kind of do it, you know? You know, fan? Oh, shoot, nuggets. No. This is not the brown I want at all. I want a dark brown, so I'm going back in. Yeah, that is not the brown I want. I wanted this color brown, but it works. They all look different, and that's what I wanted. We're gonna sit here and watch the rain together and pipe Lego Man Ninjago. Guys, the hiccups. Okay, we've got all of our icings. I've got some Ziploc bags. I'm going to do the first one she does. Since she only does one on camera, I'm just gonna have to do only one. Sorry, I'm gonna just rate one. But I'm gonna film myself doing all of them and we'll see how they all turn out. I'm gonna do all the ones she shows at the end of her video and on her website. Just most of those are the same. So I'm just gonna do as many as I can until I run out of icing and until these guys are gone. So the first thing we do is filling up blue. We're doing the blue Ninjago guy. And this.
Firstly, you need to make your royal icing, and then you can just use a normal Ziploc bag, cut the corner off.
Now I have to find my Ninjago guy. Remember the part when I said I would just make one? She definitely has at least 2. So, oh, they smell really good. I'm such a fan of this tripod. Praise God for that. It was like $3 online. It took months to get here, but praise God. Okay, I think, so these are my 2 Ninjago guys. And the one that she does in the video has the smaller eyes, so it's this one. So we're gonna make this guy into a good ninja. Does everyone else know already that Ninjago is just Lego and Ninja put together? Am I late to that party? Now, you don't want to use all your blue because you are going to flood fill later, which means you have to mix your icing with water. So if you put it all in here, then you have to separate it again so that you can keep some of it. And anyways, it's complicated. Well, Actually no, because there's no detailing with the blue, so you just flood it. So yeah, put like half. Put like, I don't know, put however much you want. Also, I did try the icing. Just gonna say it's not the best, but I'm not a fan of powdered sugar icings, like on cinnamon rolls and stuff. It just never tastes great. I don't know, I think I just don't like powdered sugar very much. It's not a great flavor. It's kind of got a like cabinet flavor, you know, like when you leave something in a Ziploc bag too long and it takes on a Ziploc flavor.
You need to pipe around the edge of your Lego man.
So she makes the outfit, leaving the hands alone because obviously hands aren't part of an outfit. I think I cut my thing too big. I really hope not. I'm so excited and scared and excited. Oh my gosh. I'm doing this right now and it's not even going badly. What the heck? In fact, it's going really well. Almost too well. She gives a little bit of sleeve here and more on this side. This is so cool. I made a cookie and it's like not even bad, you know? Wow, royal icing is the coolest. I'm sorry for dissing you. I don't care how you taste. Now we're gonna, this part's awfully tricky. I'm just gonna do this. Please, please, please don't mess up. With the snacks, it's so good. And then we're gonna do this square. I know it seems like I'm freaking out, but I'm just not actually good at things. So for this to, you know, I don't want to mess it up by showing you guys, but that's, I mean, this is good for me. I'm definitely messing up. I have to stop.
He also has a black belt.
She puts a line going from here diagonal down. So, sorry, it's not a great angle still. This is my first video ever with it, so just let me get the hang of it, okay? Hang in there with me, guys. You're doing great. And then belt. Yeah, that's good. I want to show these to my boys so bad now. I call them my boys because they're just my favorite. They're not mine. Is it weird to be this proud of myself? Probably.
Leave it to completely dry.
No, I just ripped a huge hole in the bag. Oh my word. Okay, we're gonna work around it. I know this is gonna end with me getting icing on my dress or somewhere terrible, but we're just gonna work around it. No, my Stormtrooper's head fell off. I'm gonna put it back on. He's the only one I made. Okay, last one is my little aviator goggles guy, so I'm gonna do him, and then I'm just gonna make the rest until I'm out of all the icing that I'm not gonna flood fill with. Okay, I think you get the hang of what I'm doing, so I'm gonna turn the camera off just while I do the rest, while I waste my icing, since I've done all the characters now that she has on camera. So I'm gonna let those finish drying, and then I'm gonna do just all these guys, whatever.
You need to flood fill the areas. So this is exactly the same icing. I've just watered it down with a little bit of water, mixed it around, and so now what you have is a really runny royal icing.
I just brought water over so that I could flood fill now icing. So every icing that I need to stay hard, like let's say I need a detail in black, I still have the normal icing in the bag, so I'm going to now fill any bowl that I need to flood with water because I have enough left over that if I still need hard icing, I'll just use the bags that are already filled. So I think I just explained that 2 different times in 2 different ways, but I'm really bad at explaining things, so I wanted to make it clear. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back to the first one, which is our Ninjago. To me, it looks hard. Oh no, I got some white on it. Yeah, it definitely is hard, unless I touch it and crumble it. Yeah, that is so cool. That's fascinating to me. This is so much easier than anything I've ever done. I think I'm gonna use royal icing forever. Even though it doesn't taste good, it makes beautiful cookies. Now when she pans back, she's actually got black hands on him, a black dragon, a black thing on his leg. I'm assuming that's the weapon? I might just look up an Ninjago. And then yellow inside. So I'm gonna flood black and yellow. So let's fill them with water. This is so satisfying. It just fit right in. Way too much water. Just add a couple drops of water. Don't do what I did. So I guess the reason you don't use just icing, because I was wondering earlier, I was like, why don't I just fill in this whole thing with icing? I've only got a little bit of space to even put the flooded icing. But she says that the other icing is too viscous. So it's really obvious when you make mistakes. Like you can see every bump, everything. But this royal icing, when I dry it, it's gonna be flat. And so it's gonna just dry shiny and smooth and pretty and be a ninja. And then she says to go in with an edible marker when this is all dry. So this is the first and only one that I will be like demonstrating. I'm just gonna do the rest and then go from there. And then I'll do black marker for the eyes in a second on him.
Once that's completely dry, using an edible marker, we'll draw on the eyes.
This guy is pretty much dry. I've done all the other ones, so I'm gonna do the detail on him now. Here's the thing, she says black marker. I don't have a black marker. And it's really clear that it's uplifted, so it's pretty obvious that it's this. But that is perfect. And now I will show you all of them when they are finished. Which will probably be another hour. I don't think so. I mean, it'll definitely be another hour if I do even one more cookie. They just take so long, but yeah. I think they all went pretty well. I should have waited for the gray to dry before I filled that one with black. I think Sensei was pretty awesome. Lego guy's great. I think his eyes I could have done better on. The yellow wasn't dry when I did the black, and then it popped a little hole, so I had to fill that this morning, and anyway, it didn't go great. This guy, his eyes looked horrible, so I had some more black, so I just did that. And I messed it up, so. Anyway, his dragon, breathing fire, looks awesome. His doesn't, because I went by the kind of what she showed, not the final product. My bad. Stormtrooper guy, not great, but I know he's a stormtrooper. Again, I should have waited for the white to dry because the gray bled. And then this one, I had watered down the brown way too much. The tan was too dark, but aviator goggles are okay. And there we go. And then with my spare time, I tried to make some just random ones. I made guy, belt guy, reverse guy, belt people, and then I made a girl in a blue dress with black shoes, that's supposed to be me, and a girl in a wedding dress, and she now has, I tried to design the wedding dress, yeah, we're just gonna get black on there, and give it swirls, and hey, guess who's not good at artistic things? Me. So Here's your wedding dress, ma'am. I'm just gonna ruin it. Yep, it doesn't matter. She has a double chin for some reason. I don't know what happened with the icing, but she's a big old bride, so we got big girl bride over here. I think they're pretty cool. Honestly, I'm impressed. Not really with myself, more so, okay, yeah, with myself. I come to you a broken woman. I'm just kidding. It was fun. It was really fun. And I know I had my doubts at the beginning. My doubts were mostly that gingerbread cookie dough was brutal to work with, and yeah, it didn't taste great. But Australians are weird about cookies, so cookies are biscuits to them, so their biscuits never are as sweet as our sweets. Same, I mean, that's not just Australian, that's like European. Because biscuits aren't as good as ours, you know? For timing, this is calculated really weird. So I'm gonna give you all the timings, and yeah, I'm just gonna do it. For timing, I'm gonna say the amount of time I spent on it was 5.5 hours. That includes 2 hours of doing nothing, 2 hours of the bread dough that you have to spend at least 2 hours. So I'm saying 5.5 hours because if you set aside a day, you're like, I'm gonna get this done in one day, it's not going to be 3.5 hours. You're gonna need 5.5 hours because that 2 hours the dough has to be in the fridge. So it's 5.5 total, 3.5 of work. But if we are going strictly off of the video and just making one Ninjago man, you still have to use the same amount of, you still have to make dough, so that's gonna take as long, and bake it. But I didn't have to bake it in 3 rounds because if you're only baking one guy, it's only the 15 minutes or whatever. So I cut down the oven time, and I cut down all the other icing time, like dyeing any icing besides blue, black, and gray. And I cut down doing 2 batches of icing because you'd only need 1. And it ended up being, actually, honestly, look at how much icing and how many cookies I have left. I really think you probably only need 1 for the whole batch of cookies. She's really good at measurements, I guess. She's a food scientist. I should have never doubted her. I doubted her the whole way. I was talking about how the icing was weird and the dye and it wouldn't harden and the cookie. They're perfect. I will use royal icing forever, and Ann Reardon, I'll never doubt you again. I'm so sorry. You're incredible. I love you. I only doubted myself. Anyway, so timing for just the man would be 3 hours and 26 minutes. And that's again 2 hours of like nothing. 2 hours of sitting while the dough is in the fridge. So really it's 1 hour and 26 minutes of work. But sprinkled in there is like the 10-15 minutes that you need to dry the details before you continue. So really it's probably 1 hour of work, but that's like the most cut down version of time. That's taking all waiting time, just purely work focus. It's 1 hour, which is a long time for 1 cookie. So my point is, it's about a 6 hour, I would put around 6 to 7 hours aside if you want to make a whole batch. And again, I did not make, there are so many cookies there, so I would definitely say it's like probably 8 hours, honestly, but you do what you want, you do what you feel. I was just here to present to you that it does not take 5 minutes, or whatever, her video is like 3 minutes. It doesn't take only 3 minutes. As for ability to follow, I would say this is, oh my gosh, I have not even tried one. I have to try one on camera, so you know. I feel like I do have to try one of the guys, because if I try these, well, these aren't dry. Do I have to eat the Ninja Man? I think I do. I think I have to eat the one. I have to eat the dude. Here we go. Here's a close-up. Me and my dude. Okay, so I'm gonna try it, and I don't want that to, well, I guess it has to influence. We're going taste. Ability to follow, no matter what, is gonna be 5 out of 5. She's great at explaining. All the recipes worked incredibly. The only thing she missed out was the timing of the cookies, but that does vary oven to oven. She did put the degrees in the comments, so that kind of would knock a point off, but I'm gonna say 5 out of 5. For outcome, let's find out. Should I go head or foot? Head has 2 colors, we're gonna go head. For outcome, I'm going to say the icing's not as bad as it was. It wasn't even bad. The icing I would say is better. hard, but it's almost because there's just no flavor. It is just like, because it's crunchy, so you're like more just crunching icing and tasting the cookie. I think the point of royal icing is not taste, but it is for decoration. The thing is, these don't look incredible. They don't look professional. So I just can't, they can't be a 5 out of 5, like this is the best thing ever. But they're pretty close to hers, and she is a professional. I think this is just early when she was starting off. So I think a 4.5 out of 5 is fair. And the taste isn't, yeah, the taste isn't like the best. The taste isn't good enough to warrant a 4.5 out of 5, I don't think. It needs milk. So overall, that would be a 9 out of 10, which is a 90%. That's an A+. So still really good. Sorry, did I just say A+? That's an A-. And yeah, I mean, this is great. These are so fun. I wish I could give them to my boys. It would be perfect. But since I can't, I will have to just eat them and they can watch us later, and hopefully, I guess I can shout out to them so that they feel special. But I don't know if I can say their names, so shout out to O and E and Z and A and T and my girl C. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or week or month or whenever I see you again. Next time, join me for a video talking about death and how we as Christians can deal with it. Have a good one.